Hello, welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. So today we are talking about now redox reaction, like what is redox reaction, and also oxidation and the reaction. I want to explain what is oxidation and what is reduction, and also use an example for you to identify oxidation numbers and reducing numbers or oxidizing agents. Yeah. So when you are talking about a redox reaction, it's just a reaction that is involving transfer of electrons. Yeah, and in this transfer of electrons, we have what we call oxidation and reduction. So when you are talking about oxidation, oxidation means loss of electrons. Are you getting the point? Oxidation means loss of electrons, which means it's gaining like because electrons are negatively charged, which means when we are talking about oxidation, it's loss of electrons, which means it's gaining what positive charges which are protons. When we are talking about reduction now it's gain of electrons. So here is the memory aid that I want you to get. So here is how you are going to be remembering. So when you are talking about oxidation, we have a memory aid which is oil. Oil, what does it mean? uh Oxidation is the loss of what? Of electrons. What about reduction? You are going to go with rig, which means reduction is gain of electrons. Now another thing also is students usually confuse like oxidation number increase versus decrease. Now here is the game. If a oxidation number increases, that's oxidation. Are you getting the point? If oxidation number increases, that's oxidation. Then also, if oxidation number decreases, that's what? That is reduction. Also, there is what we call an oxidizing agent and the reducing agent. Now what happens is the oxidizing agent is what is reduced. So what you should know when you're talking about an oxidizing agent, that one it's what it's reduced. So you're going to find like maybe a compound or an atom that is going to be reduced. That atom is going to be called, it's an oxidizing agent, and the reducing agent is what is oxidized. Yeah. So what do we mean when you say an oxidizing agent is what is reduced? The reason why an oxidizing agent is reduced is, so let's take for instance we have copper 2 plus. It's in a reaction. Maybe in a reaction it was something like, so the reaction is zinc plus copper 2 plus is equal to Zn2 plus plus copper. Now let's observe clearly. We are going to see that on the left side copper was 2 plus, then it has gone to what? It has gone to copper, which means for it to go to copper, this copper has gained electrons, 2 electrons. That's why, so it's 2 minus 2, it's 0. That's why it's not having any positive charges here. So which means it has gained electrons. And you can confirm with me, like I said, like oxidation is oxidation is loss of electrons. Now when you look at copper 2 plus, it hasn't lost electrons, it has gained electrons. So which means what has happened to copper 2 plus, it's not what? It's not oxidation, it's reduction. And that is why we are saying that copper 2 plus is an oxidizing agent. And since it's an oxidizing agent, we are saying that it has been reduced. That's what I said earlier, that an oxidizing agent is reduced. And even you can confirm, because something which had 2 plus had 2 electrons have been moved from it for it to come to 0. So it means it has been reduced. So what are we getting from here? We are getting that the oxidizing agent is what? Is reduced. So an oxidizing agent is reduced, and the opposite happens to the reducing agent. The reducing agent is oxidized. So let's go ahead and look at zinc. Zinc had its zinc is here. When you look at the right side, it has gained, or it has 2 positive charges, which means it has gained what? 2. And for it to gain 2, it means it lost 2 electrons, 2 negatively charged, 2 negatively charges for it to become what? 2+, which means zinc has undergone through oxidation, because we say that oxidation is loss of electrons, and zinc has lost 2 electrons. That is why zinc has gone through oxidation. And since it has gone through oxidation, we said the reducing agent is what? Is oxidized. So since zinc has been oxidized, it is a reducing agent because it has been oxidized. So that is why. So students usually confuse, because they'll just hear like an oxidizing agent should be oxidized. No, it's the opposite. An oxidizing agent is reduced. The reducing agent is oxidized. Also, increase in oxidation number means oxidation. Reduction in oxidation number means reduction. So that's what like students usually confuse. Yeah. So just like the question that could have been there is identify oxidation and the reduction here. So how are we going to write the answer? Like the formal way of writing the answer is like this. So here, this is how we are going to write it. So Zn, which is zinc, because it has 0 on the left side, it has undergone through oxidation as it has gained positive charges by losing 2 electrons. What about copper? Copper had positive 2 charges. It has gained 2 electrons, which means it's reduction, because we said reduction is gain of what? Is gain of electrons. So it has gone through reduction, the copper 2+. What about an oxidizing agent? Which one is an oxidizing agent? So an oxidizing agent is copper and reducing agent is zinc. So there we go. Oxidizing agent is copper 2+. Reducing agent is what? Is zinc. Now let's try example 2. So this one they are asking, identify oxidizing agent. As we said earlier, what's an oxidizing agent first? So an oxidizing agent is the one that is going through what? That is going through reduction. So the one that will be going through reduction, that is going to be reduced, is that we are going to call an oxidizing agent. Now let's look properly. Which one has undergone through reduction? And what did we say earlier? We said reduction is gain of electrons. So which one has gained the electrons here? And when we look properly, we are going to see that Al, which is aluminium, was just it has 0 this side, and then it had the 3+. So are we going to consider that gain of electrons or loss of electrons? And the answer is it has lost electrons. For it to gain positive charges, it has gained electrons. But as we are looking for what? An oxidizing agent. And an oxidizing agent should undergo what? Reduction. And we said reduction is gain of what? Of electrons. But this one hasn't gained electrons. It has lost what? Electrons. So let's try what? Ion, which is Fe3+. So for ion, oh, I made a mistake. It's 3 inside here. Yeah. So for ion, it had 3 at the beginning. Then it goes to 0, which means it has gained what? It has gained electrons. And we said reduction is gain of electron. And the one that is going through reduction is what we call an oxidizing agent, which means our answer here of which one is an oxidizing agent is what? Is ion. So there we go. So don't just confuse these things. It's there's nothing difficult. Oil, which means oxidizing. Oh, oxidation is loss of electrons. For example, aluminium has lost electrons for it to go to Al3+. And we are going to call this what? Oxidation. Yeah. Then this one, which was 3, it has gone to 0. It's a reduction. Yeah. And what about an oxidizing agent? The one that is going through reduction is an oxidizing agent. The one that is going through oxidation is the what? Is the reduction agent. So thank you for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss other important videos. So see you in the next video.